Hey guys, good morning and welcome to our cozy garden. Randy here, and it's been a while since we've given you an update on our cut flower farm plans. Past 2 days we've had snowfall, heavy snowfall. It's minus 35 degrees yesterday, minus 35 degrees Celsius. It's been really cold, but it's the end of February and I think it's a good time to start our winter sowing. Some of the cut flowers and edibles that we are planning for this growing season will be winter sown. Last year we did it the first time and we've had really good success with it. So if you haven't heard of winter sowing before, it's something that we do here in colder climates. Us here in Zone 3B, Zone 4A, wherein we make a miniature greenhouse using recycled plastic, or in our case, milk jugs. And I'm trying out orange juice containers as well. And it's a miniature greenhouse wherein we can put soil in, we put the seeds in, sow the seeds in, and then cover it back up, except for the top. That way, there's still cold air coming in, and when the weather is right, the temperature, the humidity inside the container is right, then the seeds would sprout even with snow outside. And the biggest thing that I find really helpful with winter sowing is not needing to harden off the seedlings come spring. So last year we did have a grow light setup here, and a lot of those, I would say, 30-40% of those died off during hardening off. So winter sowing is really helpful with that. The ones we did last year did pretty well, so we're doing that again. My first priority with winter sowing, considering that we have limited number of containers that we can use for our winter sowing, is planting our sweet peas. So last year we did order quite a lot of sweet peas from Roger Parsons Sweet Peas in the UK. Good thing, they don't have any problem with shipping to Canada. So I ordered a lot of varieties, but with roughly 10 seeds each. It's a very risky thing to do, considering I only have 10 seeds per variety. But really, I'd like to know which varieties would work best for us here in Zone 3. Also, the ones that we like, the colors and the varieties that we really like, maybe for growing, we'll see. So I'm sowing half of our sweet peas using our jugs, and then half of them I'm starting inside in our grow light setup. I'm testing them out to see if they will survive the method and if they would like it. There are challenges with growing them in a grow light setup, plus the space, plus the resources they would have to put in, and the time that you would take care of them. Compared to winter sowing them, it's almost set and leave. So once you do them, you just have to leave them outside until they start sprouting. If the weather is too dry, then you could water them from the bottom. Otherwise, they will be fine until spring, and by then they will be ready for transplanting. As you know, sweet peas are very particular with having their roots not disturbed during their growth process. So Roger Parsons actually recommend root trainers. If you have a root trainer, they would have deeper soil where they can grow into, and come transplanting, you would just pry them open and then you would have the root ball intact. That way you don't damage the roots, which is what the sweet peas don't like. But when I check those can get really expensive. So I'm trying an alternative. This one is growing them in small paper bags. Okay, so we're done with soaking our sweet pea seeds for just about 24 hours. I actually posted a quick survey on our Instagram page asking whether we need to soak sweet peas or not, and based on that the result is 83% yes to 17% no. I know there's mixed opinions about soaking sweet peas seeds before sowing. Okay, so the way I'm doing it is I'm trying 2 ways of doing this alternative root training for our sweet peas. First one is I'm using small brown paper bags. This one I can't find anywhere here in Canada, in Amazon. Maybe I haven't looked enough. So I got this from the Philippines back when we went there last December. I'm gonna put 2 of these paper bags and then put some soil in it and put it in a bigger paper bag just so it doesn't get mixed up with the other varieties. Another one is using this biodegradable plastic. I also got this from the Philippines. They are a bit better than traditional non-biodegradable plastic, but they are not compostable. That means they will decompose, but just not as fast as compostable plastic. But considering it's my first time to mass plant our sweet peas, then I'm trying this method for now. So this one, since it's too long, I will be cutting them almost half or just a bit more than half. And then this will be my root trainer for the second time. For our milk jugs, first, before I cut it half or open it up, it's always best to start with doing the holes at the bottom. And of course, you need this to drain excess water if you decide to water it. Also, if you want to water it from the bottom, which is preferable, you would want the holes in there first. And the reason for that is once you cut this open, it's going to be harder to put holes in it. Okay, so first thing, holes on your milk jugs. Second, do a cut across the jug this way and leave part of it connected. That way you could just lift it open like a lid. And one thing I like about these milk jugs is they are very easy to cut open. If you don't like using a cutter like this or a sharp knife, you can also use a scissor. That way you'll have more control. Okay, so now we have our milk jug open with drainage holes in the bottom. Okay, so let's put that on the side and then let's fill this up with soil. Good amount for our alternative root trainers. Another paper bag so that I can put them in there. And my first would be Castlewellan. So I have in here 6 Castlewellan sweet pea seeds soaked for roughly 24 hours. And I'm putting 2 for each of my root trainer. So let's Just put 2 in there. Make sure you cover it up with a few centimeters of soil. And the reason why I'm putting 2 instead of 1 is to make sure that they have a higher probability of success. And if both of them sprouts and grows, then they should have enough nutrients in there to sustain that. So that's our Castlewellan. I make sure that my label is in there. So once I transplant them, I'd still bring the label with them. And then in here goes our root trainer. So now I have 3, and I figure out that I can fit about 9 of these root trainer on 1 milk jug. So since I have 3 per variety, then I can have 3 varieties for 1 jug. Okay. So now let's do the one for our plastic root trainers. And I know single-use plastics can be a hot topic, especially for gardeners and farmers. Ideally, you would want something compostable or no plastic at all. But since I can't find any compostable plastic of this size, I'll settle with the biodegradable one. I did a quick research. It's not extensive, but quick research says biodegradable plastic usually breaks down in 2 to 6 months, which is not bad. So at least it's a bit better for our environment. Okay, so we fill this up with dirt, our soil, and then for our drainage holes, I just poke it with the cutter. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that should be enough to drain whatever excess water it has. So that's our first one. And I find that shaping the top part flat that way is easier for when you put the seeds in. Okay, so we now have 3. This is for 1 variety. The next variety that we have is Cilla. And that goes right there. So now I'm using this paper bag to separate our root trainers and then put the label in there. So now I still have space for 3 more, and that will be for the 3rd time. Ooh, my shoulder is on fire. Our 3rd variety for this is not a sweet pea, but a family of a sweet pea. It's Lathyrus Marmoratus. It's a veined sweet pea or pea flower. I don't know how it's called, but I'm using that. And their seeds actually look quite different. Instead of the round ones, you have, let's see, it's too bright. You have in there weird shaped seeds. So that come spring, I can use the labels to mark our sweet peas during transplant. Now, before I seal this off, and this I always forget to do, Marmoratus, I put another label in here, S.P, sweet peas, And then I have Marmoratus. There you go. Now we're ready to seal it off. I'm using a 3M duct tape. I find that they seal better than other plastic tapes, especially for this purpose, outdoor. Make sure that there are no open gaps in between, so temperature in there, oh sorry, not done yet, so that the temperature inside would be more consistent over late winter, early spring. And here in Zone 3, Alberta, Canada, we usually have our last frost on the 3rd or 4th week of May. So we still have more than 8 weeks. And there you go. That's our Winter Sown DIY root trainer for our sweet peas. 3 varieties in here. I still have 15 other varieties to pack. So the varieties that we have, I'll just go very quickly. We have green flowered pea, Lathyrus Chloranthus, yellow-green. Sir Jimmy Shand. America. Blue Shift. Just Jenny. Windsor. Renown. We have Solway Classic. Nimbus. Crescent Moon. Jacko. We have Solway Charm. We have Mr. P. We have Varieties Cyaneus. Chickling pea. It's a chickling pea. Valeri Harrod. We have chickling pea Azureus. We have raspberry flake. Turquoise. Little Red Riding Hood. Senator. Earl Grey. Route 66. Enchante. And Pandemonium. That's a lot of varieties. And 10 seeds each. And that's it. That's our winter sown sweet peas grown in alternative DIY root trainers inside our milk jugs. And maybe tomorrow I should be able to take them outside and then cover them up with snow, because we just had a few inches of snowfall the past few days. which is really good because that will help insulate the seedlings, the seeds inside, over the coldest parts of our winter. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. We would also appreciate if you like this video, click that thumbs up, or subscribe to our channel for updates on these winter sown sweet peas. This is Randy. Thanks so much for your time and hope you have a wonderful day.